Introduction. Starting the Physics 111 course this semester with David has brought a lot of changes into my learning as a student. There were things that we did in class that were out of the ordinary, and I had to stay on top of things outside of class so I wouldn't fall behind. There were many things I learned, even within the 1 week time period that I have spent in the class. Of course, with both doing and learning things you haven't done or learned before bring questions and challenges into the learning process. Yet it is through this opposition that the information is stored in our minds and memory as students. In the first week of this Physics 111 course, there are things I did, things I learned, and things that I want or need to know still. What I did. In class the first day, Mr. David Weaver introduced himself to us, and afterwards, we were separated into various groups several times according to specific characteristics of ourselves. Outside of class the next day, I read over the syllabus according to the instructions of David, and also tried to figure out Windows Movie Maker for use in future projects in the course. Day 2 of the course brought us to the point where we learned how to fill out our learning journals and needed to decide if we would actually join the course and what grade we would pursue. Afterwards, we viewed an informational video on the speed of changes in the world and then discussed Project 1 with various members of the class. I went home and fulfilled my out-of-class duties through filling out my learning journal and taking the 2 online quizzes posted by David. What I learned. All those activities brought about much learning throughout the week. On Tuesday, the first day of class, I learned that there would be 3 projects that we would have to do as groups, and that they would be the basis of our course. At home, I learned basically how to use Windows Movie Maker, and I also learned what it would take for me to earn an A grade in the course. The following Thursday, I learned how to fill out my learning journal, and how that would be helpful for me as I continued in the course. Outside of class after Thursday, I learned that there are ways of learning that aren't as effective as others. What I want or need to know. There are, of course, things that I still need or want to learn in order to succeed in this course, and in anything in my future that has to do with physics. The first day of class forced me to question what it would take to do well in this class, being that it was set up differently from others. After class on Tuesday, it occurred to me that I would need to learn to be more competent in the use of technology found in my laptop. Thursday's class led me to ask what it would take to make an effective water balloon launcher, and what is some data that we could use to learn from so that we might improve on previous designs. Taking the quizzes outside of class caused me to wonder if I had always taken my education seriously throughout. Conclusion. There are a lot of things I did, learned, and questioned in the first weeks of Physics 111. Overall, I enjoy this process of learning where we do things to learn, and learn further through introspective questioning of principles and ideas taught and done in class. It helps me embed the information in my mind and make it ready to call upon again as I reflect on my experiences. It is organized and documented, and causes me to really think about what I am learning. Although it is a different way of learning, I am sure in the coming weeks there will be more to do, learn, and question as we dive into the wide world of physics.